What is up, you amazing people? It's Nima here, and today I thought, hey, let's take a look at the Game Awards. They're coming soon. We'll just kind of go over some of the nominees and see who would be vote for. I'm definitely curious who you would vote for, or what games you would want in here that are not. Now, this is one of those situations where most of the games are, well, they're just the same ones over and over again, but I still figured we could have some fun and just kind of get into it and discuss. So let's start off with Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. We have Astrobot, Balatro, I always say that wrong, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. So for me, I have to say, I just gonna be honest. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gets it. Absolutely love that game. I have enjoyed every minute, even some of like the grindy parts. I mean, I'll be grinding like Tony Hawk on that game because I love the world. It's Final Fantasy VII is arguably my favorite game of all time, and it just was reimagined in such an amazing way in this new remake. And so, yeah, I absolutely adore it. Just been one of my favorite gaming experiences. The whole, like, even remake or, yeah, whatever it was, and Rebirth. I'm so excited for the third game in the trilogy. That they're amazing. I'm actually still playing Rebirth, honestly. There was some stuff I missed, so I went back over, and I'm still playing it again. But I will say, Black Myth Wukong was a really good game. It's one of those games I think is incredibly welcoming because while it is sort of that, I don't want to say Souls like combat, but sort of like that, it still eases back on the difficulty a little bit while also having like some amazingly great bosses, just some epic moments in the game. And of course, Astrobot. Astrobot was probably the most addictive game, in my opinion, that I've played. That like 10 hours or so of that game just flew by. And I would absolutely pre order a DLC that they have and just be ready like as soon as it launches because I would love to get back in that game. It's just a lot of fun. And Balatro as well is a really fun game. It really starts working on the strategy aspect and essentially takes something that you were aware of and how to play it and then just creates its own rules. And these rules kind of get manipulated over and over until you're doing some just insane amount of combo and points and stuff like that just by playing cards. It's really cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to some of the DLC because I did play a lot of it, and I've kind of been just off of it for quite a while, honestly. But I know that they are releasing some DLC, or there's some coming, or maybe they already have, and I just haven't checked it out. But that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would be my game of the year. I also think like Prince of Persia: Lost Crown should get some love because that was such a good game. And yeah, I don't know. But what game would you want? What game would you choose? Or what game did they not have? Like, are you like, no, 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 they're wrong? Whatever. Legend of Zelda belongs here, or whatever. Let me know. I know there's quite a few of those games that I'm just not thinking of right now. But yeah, let me know. And of course, like as we go on, best game direction guaranteed. Same games. Like so we're gonna be running into that a lot. Astrobot, Belantro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor. And by the way, the reason I haven't mentioned Metaphor is I haven't played it yet. I do think I would absolutely love it because it does remind me of Persona. It has that same like artwork. It was done by Atlas, so I'm guessing that it is right up there with it, and it probably deserves a lot of love. Like I said, just haven't played it. A friend of mine who has played it told me like they're 100 hours in, something like that, and they're like, yeah, it's finally starting to wind down. And I just, I just did Dragon Age, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, still going, sort of ish. Uh, Persona 3 Reloaded, Baldur's Gate 3 is on like my list of games. So like Metaphor just kind of slipped a little bit, but I'm definitely wanting to check that out at some point in the near future. But yeah, it's like the same thing. Although I will say this, okay, with game design or best game direction, sorry, I would probably choose Astrobot just because of how that game flowed, how much fun it was, like the levels designs, the really just different interesting ways that you use Astro in the game, and just the crazy amount of fun that it is, and how those puzzles and all of that kind of just combine to make a really good game. Something that I think community hasn't seen for a very long time, and it was a breath of fresh air, honestly. So I would probably go that route. I think Belantro also has a pretty significant like pull in that as well, because that's all that game really is. It is just like the game direct, the creative vision to make something like poker and then completely turn it on its head. I don't know. That's my thoughts. Again, haven't really got too far into like Elden Ring. I haven't actually played the DLC yet. It is always amazing, but yeah, I don't know. I'd go Astrobot on this one. Let's see, and we got best narrative, which I think this is kind of the big RPG. With Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, which I surprisingly haven't played yet. I love Yakuza. I love Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon actually got me into Yakuza and that whole series, but I just haven't played Infinite Wealth yet. Obviously, Seven Rebirth, Metaphor, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Now, there again, I played Hellblade 2 for probably, I don't know, like 5 or 6 hours, and I really did enjoy it. I just got distracted by something, probably a review that needed to be done. I haven't played Silent Hill 2 yet. A man only has so much money, and with a new house and a family, I have even less of that money, so haven't got around to Silent Hill 2. I do love Silent Hill. I really do. It's one of my favorite horror series, but like I haven't even played the Resident Evil 4 remake yet, so I'm kind of behind on those, and the further I get, the further it is to stay back, because it's like, okay, I can't really do a review for this. Maybe I can talk about it a little bit, but that doesn't really excuse spending like $70 on a game like that. So, and we'll wait for a sale or something. But as far as like the narrative and all that, I would just go with Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth, of course. I don't know if there's another game that I would choose above that, though, like just organically. Like if there's another one I can think of off the top of my head where I just feel like it's better. Honestly, you know what I put in there? Capes. Capes was amazing, and I loved the back and forth, the dialogue. It was really good. There's another one I can't think the name of right now, but there's another indie game like that with just this amazing dialogue. And so as far as narrative, honestly, I'd probably go Capes. Or, well, okay, just be honest, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but then Capes. Best art direction. Now, this is one that I would easily give to Elden Ring, in my opinion. Elden Ring has like that grotesque kind of look about it, and I know this is the DLC, but let's be real, it's that same visual. Like, it would be funny if Elden Ring just, for the DLC, changed their look, and then it looked like Dragon Age or something. Like, it had like, that pixel art style, or that like, I can't think of the name, but yeah, just look like Astrobot or something. Now that I would play, that I would be excited to play. But no, like Elden Ring is, the art in Elden Ring is amazing. The characters, the way that they like evolve into like these like really messed up looking creatures, and even the worlds themselves are just beautiful. Like, they are devastatingly beautiful, but beautiful nonetheless. And then Neva here, which I haven't played, I want to play. It's a Devolver game, so it's surprising I haven't played it. Definitely need to get on that like very, very soon, and I probably will. And Metaphor, there again, I'm sure like it deserves all the flowers that it can get, but and even Astrobot, like Astrobot looks amazing. But I just think as far as like creative character, it would either be Black Myth Wukong or Elden Ring. Both of those games probably deserve that because they're kind of in that same boat, with just really creative visually, and I don't even mean like the graphics. I just mean like the visual imagery. Super creative. All right, the best score in music. This is probably my weakest category because I don't really know that much about any of the composers or anything like that. I should. I know there's people who absolutely love video game music. I'm just not one of them. I love music, listen to a lot of different bands and everything, but was in a band. I have like 8 guitars sitting right next to me, but I just don't really listen to video game music. My son does. And out of all these games, I would probably just give it to Stellar Blade because I've also played that, and it's got a decent little soundtrack, I guess. I hate to be so flippant about it, but I don't know. Like, Astrobot, Stellar, but any of them, a flip of the coin for me. It just because I think like none of them stood out as being horrible. But yeah, there again, it's another one of those. If you think there's something better in the comment section, tell me what they are. Best audio design. Now this one I saw before, and I was like, I don't know. Like, okay, I definitely wouldn't give this to Final Fantasy VII. I love Final Fantasy VII, right? But like the audio is very straightforward. Like they don't do anything different. I played quite a bit of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That one also, I didn't notice anything that was... But like Astrobot, definitely. It definitely like played off of some of the surround sound aspect, and even with the controller. They definitely have like more innovation when it comes to like audio. But ultimately, I would 100% go with Hellblade 2 because that's just what Hellblade does. Like, it's very immersive and almost gets inside your head. And I think that that's just another aspect of the game, and they really crushed it in Hellblade 2 from what I've played. Again, haven't beat it, but as far as I got into it, it totally tripped me out a couple times. And best performance, I don't know. Okay, so there again, I've seen this all before, and here's the thing that throws me off, right? Aside from somebody named Humberly, like, by the way, no hate, it's just Humberly Gonzalez is one of the most interesting names I've ever seen. But they don't say which character they play, and that sort of bothers. Like I can figure out from most of them. I'm sure Humberly was the main chick in Star Wars Outlaws, which was a fine game. It was okay. It was nothing great. I wasn't really that impressed by her performance. Hannah Tell. I'm sure she's the main character in Life is Strange. Haven't checked out Life is Strange yet. And the same with like Luke Roberts and Melina Juergens. I would probably actually give it to Melina Juergens just because what I played of Hellblade 2, like I said, is very immersive. It just kind of pulls you in, and you really do have to act very, very well to be able to do that, to like transform that character and bring them to life, and I would definitely say she did. As far as like Brianna White, I don't know who the hell she played. It doesn't say. Like, was she Tifa? Was she Aerith? Was she, Yuffie? Like, who was she? It doesn't say, so I don't know. And it does make a difference, by the way. Innovation and accessibility. Now, this is, software, hardware that, like, helps people who cannot play. And I think that's awesome. Like, if you have issues, not like if you just suck. Like, not if you're like me and you just... You just suck at a game. No, like, I've seen this, like, with a lot of different controllers and stuff that they've made that I think just is awesome. It's amazing. And this is, just more of that. And I you know what? They all deserve an award because it's cool that you're allowing people to play games that aren't able to, and that you're thinking about that in that process. And that's phenomenal. That's really cool. I, again, can't really speak to any of these because I don't have an accessibility issue besides just, having dumb fingers. But, no, I can't speak to it. But, yeah, let me know if you would recommend any of these for that reason or anything like that. I've always been curious how the colorblind thing works and how they switch up the color to make a game not be color, like not to affect somebody with color blindness. I saw a documentary on that and it was really cool. Games for impact. Now here, this is a list of games that are, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, and I probably not played any of these, if I'm being honest, but I think, like, Indica I've seen, and I almost bought it. Neva, of course, is, like, one that's on my list, and it is becoming more and more of a priority, and so I don't know. Again, Life is Strange is $70, and it's just too much money right now. Hellblade 2 is cool. And Tales of Kenzra, I should check that game out, and I actually plan to, because I was really interested in it before Prince of Persia came out. But then I played Prince of Persia, and I was just like kind of done with the Metroidvania style of game. I was kind of burnt out on it, but I think I'm ready to jump back into that sort of game. So, and Tales of Kenzera are like it's on sale a lot. I think it usually goes for like between $9 and $15. So it's it's a decent price to pick up. But I can't speak to any of these games. Again, if you've played them, let me know which one you would choose. I would probably just go with Neva because it's Devolver. And I do have a bias. Best Ongoing, awarded a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time, or games as a service, essentially. I know that's not exactly it, but it's sort of it. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. So I played all of these, and I have to say that Helldivers 2 was really awesome for a while until the community themselves just it kind of weakened, and I think it was after all that stuff with having to sign in and create a PlayStation account and all of that, it just ruined the community. Fortnite, I respect it. I don't like it. I'm not a Fortnite player, but I respect what they do. Destiny 2 was really fun, but I never really got in with the community. Like, I was always running solo, essentially, and it just didn't last very long. Diablo 4, I'm currently playing, and absolutely loving that. But ultimately, I would have to say Final Fantasy 14, because I have probably over 1,000 hours into Final Fantasy 14. I don't play anymore, but I used to play, and that used to be, like, my life. I used, like, for probably 2 to 3 years, I played that, like, nonstop. But basically, once I started this channel, I kind of stopped playing it just because I didn't have time. But absolutely love it. And on that note, best community support, I would also have to give that to Final Fantasy 14, just because of my experience with that community. And, like, all the memories I have of running around and with a bunch of strangers I didn't know, and we would just do raids, just trying to help me out. Like, I needed better equipment, or I wanted a mount or something. People would just dedicate hours of their life to help you do that. And so, absolutely love that. They're usually all really welcoming, and people are always willing to help you and teach you how to play the game better, to learn your role or your character. So that would be mine. But again, you have Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky, Baldur's Gate 3, which I didn't realize had much of a community presence. I didn't know that was online. Again, haven't played it yet. I definitely want to. Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14. Best independent game. Now, I must have missed this, honestly, the first time I went around, because I didn't see this. Best independent game, though. Animal Well. Ooh. Voltero. Lori and the Laser Eyes, which I somehow... Or Lorelei and the Laser Eye. Lorelei and the Laser Eye. Neva. UFO 50. Here's the thing. I missed a lot of these games. In fact, most of them. Now, I knew about Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. It looked weird. I just didn't really get into it. Voltaro, of course, is like the indie darling right now and has been all year. But Animal Well is awesome. It's unique. There's just something special about Animal Well. And out of these, I would probably go Animal Well for sure. I don't understand why the Plucky Squire didn't make it here though. That's a really good game. I don't, it's fantastic. I don't know why it wouldn't be considered. Maybe it's not indie enough for them. The best debut indie game, which I don't know what the hell that means. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Okay, fair enough. Manor Lords, which I haven't played. I've actually wanted to check that out. Balduro, Animal Well. Oh, the Plucky Square. There you are. But and Pacific Drive. Pacific Drive is a really fun game. If you haven't played that, definitely check it out. Out of all of these, yeah, probably the Plucky Squire would be the game I would go with. I really had fun. It was one of those games I couldn't put down. And once I started, just really enjoyed it. But yeah, you almost can't miss with like any of these. Like again, I haven't played Manor Lords, but it looks really cool. It's one of those games that is definitely on my list. But yeah, if I had to choose one, it would either be Plucky Squire or Pacific Drive. Pacific Drive is just like so much fun. It's such a cool game. It's such a cool idea. Best mobile game: AFK Journey, Voltaro, Pokemon Trading Card Game, Pocket, Wuthering Waves, Zensless Zone Zero. I haven't played any of these really. I'm not really a mobile phone guy, so I personally would go Voltaro. But let me know what you think, and let me know if like they're missing something on mobile games. Best VR AR game, you'd have to ask my boy over at the Elite Institute. Like that's what he does. What I know, and what I know from him, I think he would go. God, I don't know actually. They all look really good. But you got Arizona Sunshine Remake, which I don't know if you guys have heard of that or checked it out, but it was a really cool game. Came out like I believe it was a PS4. In fact, like I played it in the VR on the first version. I'm kind of surprised they did a remake already. Asgard's Wrath 2. The first Asgard's Wrath was cool. Batman Arkham Shadow. Wanted to play that. I've heard it's awesome. It's the one I think he would probably go with. I don't know. I'd have to ask him, though. Metal Hellsinger VR. Totally looks cool. I don't know how it would translate to VR. And Metro Awakening. Metro is one of my favorite FPS series, so I imagine that's pretty awesome, too. Again, I don't have a VR, but they definitely look really cool. But yeah, I'd have to ask my boy there. Best action game. God, this just keeps going. For anyone who wanted a short video, this isn't it. Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2. I wanted to check out that Warhammer game, but I'd probably go Black Myth Wukong. It would just narrowly, in my opinion, beat out Stellar Blade. That's my opinion. You know, there again, let me know what yours is. Best action adventure game. Hey, there's my game. Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Star Wars Outlaws. So, man, I would actually go Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, which I know is crazy. But I've already voted for Astrobot at least a couple times, or at least once. The fact that I'm not choosing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom does hurt me. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Prince of Persia. Like, Prince of Persia was just so slept on. It's criminal how that game was just overlooked. Let's see, best RPG. This one always tears me because I don't know if is Elden Ring really like an RPG? I mean, I know it's not a JRPG, obviously, but, you know, like, when you start opening that, and I'm not going to get into this very long because this is already a long video, but I know that, like, so it's like in any game that you raise your abilities and stuff, like, and equip your own stuff, is that, like, just instantly an RPG? If you have your own equipment and you raise your character's level, does that make it an RPG? I don't know. Dragon Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy 7, Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor. I think you guys know what I would choose. Obviously, Elden Ring. Elder Tree. No, it would be Final Fantasy 7, Rebirth. I do have Dragon's Dogma 2, and I'm really excited to check that out at some point. Best fighting game. Here's another one I have no input on because I'm a loser and I don't have any friends who I would play fighting games with, so I can't speak to them. Although I've heard Tekken 8 is like really good. Multiverses as well. I've heard they've done some great things, but of course, like the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, the arcade classics, I did play those when I was younger. They were great. Um, and Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, I've heard really good things about it. There again, can't really speak to any of them. And best family game just keeps going. Astro, I feel like I'm Jeff Keighley up here trying to just hurry through this. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and Plucky Squire. Oh, man. God, I would probably go Plucky Squire. It'd either be Plucky Squire or Astrobot. I couldn't. Yeah, it's one of those. I can't really commit to which one it would be, but for me, it's one of those with probably leaning into Astrobot, but Plucky Squire. There's something really good about it. I haven't played Mario Party Jamboree. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of expensive right now. Best sim slash strategy. Yeah, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, which would already win. Kitsu, Kit, Kitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords. Oh, Unicorn Overlord. Unicorn Overlord, totally. That would actually be one of my games of the year. Unicorn Overlord. That's the one I was thinking of. Could not come up with it. I love Unicorn Overlord. That is such an amazingly fun game. Definitely like my winner in this one. Best sports racing game. If Madden isn't in here, then I don't know what they're doing. F1 24, FC 25, NBA 2K 25. Actually, though, okay. WWE 2K24, Top Spin. Honestly, okay, I would probably put NCAA 25 in here. Just because it's like the first one in like over a decade. We finally got college football back. I'm not a huge college football guy, but I respect it. And most of these games, they were made last year, but NCAA wasn't. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And most of these games are very formulaic. Even WWE 2K24, like I think they did some cool stuff, but I don't know. It's still not like the old ones. Best multiplayer. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer. Let's just go with Warhammer on that one. Are they done yet? Best adaptation. Jesus. Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza. Is that out? I didn't even know that's out. I'm going to check that out. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. I would definitely go with Fallout. Fallout was so good. It was like huge. I mean, everyone I know has seen that, and even my wife, who actually did love the games, but that was like part of our tradition is we would watch a new episode every time it dropped. So yeah, definitely Fallout. Most anticipated game. Let's see. Death Stranding 2, The Beach, Ghost of Utah, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Obviously, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, I don't even know why they're playing around. Content Creator of the Year, it's definitely Nima. They don't have Nima on here. No, I don't know. I don't know any of these people. Honestly, I'm not even being a jerk. I don't know who they are. Typical gamer, USDA Pecora? USDA? USA USDA? I don't know how you say her name. Techno Gamers, Illusion, Cash? I don't know. Again, I don't know who any of these people are. God bless them, but I don't know who they are. Best esports game. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, Valorant. I would go Counter Strike too, just because it's Counter Strike. I don't know. I've never played. I haven't played those in forever. Best esports athlete. Don't know who any of these dudes are. I'm sure they are awesome. I like the idea of just going by. I like Faker. That's a good name. Or 33. So either one of those guys are probably cool. I don't know. I don't care. Best esports team. I don't know anything about any of that. So Team Liquid. I don't know. Or T1. TI. No disrespect. Again, I just don't know who they are. All right. Well, that is finally it. This is like a 30-minute video. Jesus. I'm like losing my voice. Anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. Especially if you hung around through that. This is going to be brutal to edit. But again, please leave a comment down below, subscribe, like, all that stuff. I probably will never do this again. Love you all. Bye-bye.